Good day, students. Welcome to our class for today. So our subject for today is health. So before we start, let us take a look at some pictures first that will help us introduce to our topic for today. So let us start. So we have here a picture. What do you think is this child feeling? How does it affect the child's mood and activities? What may have caused the child to be in this situation? Have you ever been in this situation before? How did you feel? What would you do to prevent yourself from being in this situation? How about the other child on the next picture? What can we say about him? So in the first picture, we can say that the child is sick. And on the next one, it is a picture of a healthy child. So our topic for today in Health 7 is about holistic health and health dimensions. So before we go to our topic, let us take a look first at our objectives for today's lesson. Our objectives: identify the stages of growth and development, explain the dimensions of holistic health, analyze the interplay among the health dimensions in developing holistic health, and adopt a healthy lifestyle at home and in school. So first, let us define what is health. The World Health Organization, or the WHO, defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Health involves the whole being of a person and the state and environment where one lives. A healthy person is someone who is physically and mentally active and fit, has a positive outlook in life, and can relate well with other individuals. So meaning to say, if a person possesses all the things mentioned, so we can consider him or her a healthy person. That leads us to the next one, which talks about the different health dimensions. In 1948, the WHO has set the parameters that overall good health and wellness are interdependent on 5 health dimensions, namely physical, intellectual, emotional, social, moral, spiritual. So let's start with the first health dimension, which is the physical health dimension. Physical health dimension refers to the state of the body that includes its composition, function, maintenance, and development. So when we talk about physical health, it involves the body of the person. So how do we know if a person in this dimension is healthy, or if a person is physically healthy? What is the manifestation? What are the signs? So if a person does physical activity and fitness, just like in the picture, the one shown in the picture, so to stay fit by doing exercises to increase immunity and endurance levels of the body can help us to be physically healthy. Having good and the right nutrition can also help us to be physically healthy. So how do we help ourselves to have good nutrition? By eating nutritious foods. The examples of nutritious foods are the ones shown in this picture to keep the body and the mind energized. And of course, we should also avoid skipping meals, because if we skip meals, the effect would be you will be doing overeating. Another thing that we can do is to drink at least 8 glasses of water daily. The next one, the environment also contributes to the physical health dimension. So in this picture, we can see a picture of a cigarette that has the word stop. So we should avoid addictive substances such as cigarettes to help our body to be physically healthy. Another thing that we can do is to have medical care and follow through. So how do we do this? We should have regular medical checkups to help in arresting illnesses in their early stages. So even if you are feeling completely healthy, you should consult your doctor at least once a year to monitor your health. Stress reduction. So having at least 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep daily can help in stress reduction to be physically healthy. Next dimension is the mental or intellectual health dimension. Mental health dimension refers to the cognitive ability of a person to improve the quality of his or her life. This also includes the ability to analyze, reason, create, and make rational decisions. How do we know if a person is mentally or intellectually healthy? If he or she has proactive attitude towards others and the environment. So for example, in this picture, we can see that this group of people work collaboratively to accomplish a task and achieve their goal at work. So by means of doing this, it's a sign that you are mentally or intellectually healthy. Next is expressing emotions sincerely and appropriately. So if a person exhibits a good sense of humor, it can be a sign that he or she is mentally or intellectually healthy. Another one is learning through life experiences. So based from the past experiences of a person, whether it's good or bad, it can help him or her to be mentally or intellectually healthy because of the different lessons learned from these experiences. Next one is coping with stress. So in this picture, we can see two different people coping with stress. The other one is dealing with it badly, while the other one is composing herself to cope with stress. So you should cope with stress in a healthy manner for you to be mentally or intellectually healthy. The next dimension is the emotional health dimension. Emotional health dimension refers to the ability of a person to accept his or her own feelings and that of others. So how do we know if a person is emotionally healthy? If he or she is able to recognize and accept his or her own strengths and weaknesses. So by means of doing this, if he recognize and accept his or her own strengths and weaknesses, develop them, do things to improve them, so we can say that that person is emotionally healthy. Another thing, management of stress. So if you are able to manage your stress in life by doing different things such as meditation, taking deep breaths, it can help to manage stress. Exercising, get your body moving. Relaxation, so relaxation varies from person to person. Sleeping well to recharge. Connect socially to other people, socialize with them. One another example is by joining clubs, especially in schools. Eating well, and making lists of the things that you need to do, prioritizing them, the tasks that you need to accomplish, so it can help you to be emotionally healthy. Building strong support group can also help you to be emotionally healthy. So if you are able to build strong support group by establishing close ties with your family, your loved ones, the people in your workplace, in school, your friends, so it can help you to be emotionally healthy as well. The next one is the social health dimension. Social health dimension refers to one's ability to relate with, build and maintain harmonious relationship with his or her family and community. So how do we know if a person is socially healthy? If he or she is able to have sense of belongingness. So when we say sense of belongingness, he or she is able to build healthy relationship with others. When you talk about others, it includes your family, your loved ones, the people in your workplace, whether it's in school, your friends, and the people in your surroundings as well. So that gives us a sign that you are socially healthy. Socioeconomic factors also affect social health dimension as well, such as education and employment. So if a person was able to finish his or her education, the path or course that he or she really wants, it also contributes to be socially healthy. Same thing with employment. If he or she gets the job that he or she really wanted, also big help to be mentally or socially healthy as well. Environmental factors such as weather and climate, pollution, quality of food, drinking water, and air can also be affecting social health. So it is important that we should have good quality of these things mentioned to be socially healthy. The next dimension is moral spiritual health dimension. So when we say moral spiritual dimension, it refers to one's faith, beliefs, and values. So a person is about looking within oneself and deeply understanding one's existence and faith. So how do we know if a person is morally, spiritually healthy? If he or she has a belief in a higher power or supreme being, which is God. That's one thing that we know if a person is morally or spiritually healthy. A sense of meaning and purpose in life. So if a person knows the purpose of his or her own life, if he or she asks questions such as, what on earth am I here for? What is the purpose of my life? So that's a good sign that he or she is morally, spiritually healthy, talking about this dimension. A belief that all humans are all interconnected and interrelated. So, if a person believes that he or she needs the people in his or her own life to continue doing the things, living his or her own life, so that's also a sign that he or she is morally, spiritually healthy. But it does not end there, because in a person's life, he or she experiences different changes during the puberty stage. That affects the health dimensions and well-being of a person as well. So these are the different changes in the health dimensions of a person during puberty. So first, let us take a look, what do we mean by puberty? Puberty is the period of human development in which adolescents experience dramatic physical growth and development. So during the puberty stage, each person experiences this stage in his or her own life. So different changes occur during the puberty stage that affects the well-being of a person as well as these different health dimensions. First one, the changes in the physical health dimension. As we can see in the picture, different body changes occur at puberty, both in the male and the female body. So the physical changes occur due to hormonal changes. In females, for example, breast development is the main sign, followed by the first menstrual period, or what we call menarche. Another thing is that ovaries increase production of estrogen, increase in height as well, broadening of the hips, clear whitish vaginal secretion, and pubic and armpit hair growth for females. In males, the most prominent changes are the enlargement of penis and testes, increase in size of larynx and vocal cords that cause the deepening of or lowering of the voice, appearance of pubic hair, and attainment of height. So these changes in the physical dimension were experienced by both the males and the females that totally affects the physical health dimension. So these body changes all occur at the puberty stage. Mental or intellectual health dimension. This dimension during the puberty stage, different changes occur. A person challenges the way things are. This is the part of their intellectual growth. So during this stage, in the puberty stage, the ones that affect the mental or intellectual health dimension is that the person challenges the way things are. So it affects entirely his or her own mind, but it also contributes to intellectual growth. The next dimension affected by the changes during the puberty stage is the emotional health dimension. So in this stage, a person explores new relationships and ideas from friends and others. So during this stage, a person explores new relationships that can be found with other people. They also get different ideas from their friends, their loved ones, and the people around them that entirely affects the emotional health dimension experienced during the different stages in the puberty stage. Next health dimension is the social health dimension. So in the puberty stage, the adolescent starts to identify herself or himself to a group, just like the one seen in the picture. Having friends means that they are accepted and they belong. They do things to please others and be popular. For them, peer group acceptance and being popular are primary concerns. So these changes, these thoughts in the minds of the adolescents during the puberty stage affects the social health dimension of a person. Next one, moral spiritual health dimension. Adolescents consistently struggle between what they know they should be doing and what they actually do. So during this stage, they have different thoughts, so many thoughts in their mind that they are supposed to do, to accomplish, to do in application. But in reality, they tend to do things the other way. So they struggle because they want to be mature, yet so often they fail. So even though if they have so many thoughts in their mind about the things that they should do, the result is that they fail because it's actually different from what they do in real life. So that affects the moral spiritual health dimension of a person because of these changes during the puberty stage. So I hope you learned a lot about holistic health and its dimensions. So I'll see you again on our next lessons and topics in the coming days. Have a good day to all of you students.